I got to Zaragoza very late last night. I didn't see anything of Zaragoza. I didn't get to eat anything. I just fell asleep. I literally arrived, fell asleep, did nothing at all other than that. And it was good. I was in a room in the hostel, and for the first time on the holiday so far, I was in a room with some other people. Well, I say some other people, it was one other person, and he was the friendliest Spanish man in existence. But I don't speak a word of Spanish, and he didn't speak a word of English, so we didn't really speak much. Though he did ask me if I could if it was okay to open the door, and I said that was fine, and he said I understood Spanish really well, and I was like, well, no, it's more that you opened the door and then you questioned something, and so I assumed you asked, can I open the door? So that was kind of weird, but actually it wasn't too bad, and had a locker, put all my stuff away. That was cool. Everything was fine there. And then this morning I got up, I went downstairs, I had breakfast. I wasn't sure whether breakfast was included. Turns out it is. That's good. Didn't manage to pilfer any extra stuff for the purposes of seriously get the fuck and move on. Nope, bored now. Christ alive, people in Spain, like some of them, like that bus, know when it's going to go green and pull off at an appropriate moment. Others, like that person in the car that I just overtook, just don't see it coming at all, ever. Also, you may notice there's quite a lot of pedestrian crossings in Zaragoza. Yesterday, when I arrived in Zaragoza, it was dry, and then within about 10 minutes of my arrival, there were tons and tons of lightning and thunder, and I was like, uh-oh, that sounds like a thunderstorm, but it's okay because it's a dry thunderstorm. Ho ho, was I wrong. It was admittedly the shortest thunderstorm I've ever been in, because you could see it coming and then it arrived and then it disappeared and you could see it leaving. But there was about a 5-minute period where it absolutely pissed it down, and that was somewhat unpleasant. Mostly not because of the whole getting wet and everything else, but basically all these lines turned into oil slicks when wet, so you just skid everywhere all the time, constantly skidding, just permanent skidding all the time, and that's not very fun at all, especially not when going around corners, when you just suddenly lose all grip. Singularly unpleasant is how I would describe it. Zaragoza was pretty cool. I got there very late, it was very tiring, but I already said all this. I don't know, no, I didn't say everything. I went up one of the minarets of the enormous cathedral in Zaragoza, which was superb and very, very cool, though I don't cope well I don't cope well with heights at the best of times, usually, and being in a glass lift where the moment you accelerate it feels like you're going to fall through the floor was fairly not particularly, well, being shoved into the floor was not particularly fun. What was far worse was coming down, where suddenly the floor drops out from underneath you, and I was like, ah! I'm gonna die! I didn't die, I was fine. Lift didn't move that fast, but I still was mildly terrified, and I don't like vertical glass lifts. They are not particularly enjoyable. Also, I don't like vertical glass lifts that move really bloody fast at the beginning and end. But nonetheless, I survived. I got to the top. The top was really cool. Once I get high enough, I'm not bothered by heights really, and I was behind a lot of glass, so that also helped, and got lots of really cool photos. Panorama of Zaragoza, the top of the cathedral, which is really freaking awesome, the
tiles on the Zaragoza Cathedral are multicoloured, like blue and teal and yellow, and that was freaking awesome. And then I went into the cathedral and I took about 4 photos before people started giving me dirty looks, and I decided maybe I should leave. But actually it was very nice, and the cathedral, it's funny, I love architecture and I love Gothic cathedrals, and Notre Dame is sort of Gothic, exactly what I love. Notre Dame cathedrals are flipping incredible, but the cathedral I went into today, the architecture was amazing. It was so beautiful. It was just absolutely fantastic. I don't know whether the 1 or 2 photos I took will be able to capture the incredible architecture, but there are so many domes everywhere. The whole thing is just domes and domes, and it's absolutely brilliant. It was very cool going up the minaret and seeing the top of it as well. So that was a fantastic experience. I enjoyed that place. It has to be said. It was fun. I kind of wish I could have seen a little bit more, but then again, from what I could tell, there wasn't actually that much more there. So I think I kind of did it, which is, you know, alright, fair enough. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was one day, well, a morning. I left. It's hot, but it's not unbearable because it's not humid as balls, so I can actually function, which is good. This road is quite nice. There's a gigantic sign up there that says, or I think said, Casino Hotel, but now it just says Casino OL. Casino OL! Just like a Yorkshireman when they say a casino. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, yeah, so, bye. Discovered a small problem with this road. It's very nice, it's very picturesque, it's all pretty good, it doesn't cost me anything, unlike the auto is the thing, but it's filled with lorries, like filled with. I've just gone past about 10 on the other side. I just overtook 2. There's another 3 in front of me. There are so many lorries, it's actually mental. But, oh well, I've kind of picked this road now, and I'd rather do this, being behind and overtake lorries, than I would be stuck forever on, well, that gets rid of 1 lorry. There's still another 2 in front of me. There's 3 just gone past. 4. There's a 5th down there. So yeah, many lorries, all of the lorries, all of the time. Also, people don't wave in Spain. In France, people wave. Everyone waves. In Spain, I've had 1 person wave back to me so far. Nobody else has done anything. You all suck. You all suck. No, okay, I don't need petrol. I'm just poodling behind lorries as per normal. Woo, poodling. Oh, that's a lorry repair recovery truck. And that's a destroyed caravan. That's quite weird. All kinds of weird stuff around here, but it's quite cool. I like it. Though I would rather not there be a million lorries, because I'd quite like to not be behind lorries, which make it firstly slow, but also they're very, very unaerodynamic, putting me in a bubble, which, while great for my fuel economy, is problematic for me because then I boil. Anyway, yeah, still on the plains, still near Zaragoza. Done 21 miles since I filled up with petrol. When I filled up with petrol, the angriest man ever started just yelling at me, and I didn't understand what was going on. And then I said to him, I'm English. Well, I said, no hablo español, and he just went "Choo!" at me, as if like that was the worst thing I could possibly have ever said. Oh, you don't even understand my bloody rent! Ah, I say! This is just... And then he just carried on. And I don't know who he was talking to, because there was nobody else there. But that was a bit weird. Yeah, so that was unexpected. Train line. With a gouge through the mountains. Cool. Anyway, bye! 1, 2, 3, 4... Count the lorries! 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you count, you're tiny, you count. 10, that's 10 on top of the already 12 I counted when I started counting, so that's 22 total. Also, another bull! I don't know what it is with the gigantic metal bulls, but yeah, another bull. 11. Yeah, Spain is weird. Also, there's so much empty space. In France, all of this would be farmland. 12. But God, wind blast. I mean, a lot of it is farmland, but a lot of it is just there's nothing. 13. Nothing at all. It's just emptiness, and that's really, really odd. It's very, very strange. There's so much nothing. Oh, chaos. Yep, there it is, a gigantic metal... Oh, it's not a 3D sculpture, it's just literally a flat plate. That's a bit crap. Only a bit crap, though. 14, 15, 16... I'm not counting the lorries in front of me, by the way. I'm going the same way as them, they don't count. 17... So many lorries! This is kind of an alien landscape for me, because I'm used to Britain being sort of rolling hills and green countryside and not much else, and everywhere there are fields except for where it's built up, and there's a huge amount of built up. Holy shit, that person said hello. There's a huge amount of built up stuff all over the place. But here, I left the last village more than half an hour ago, and I haven't seen another building. There are no dwellings. There's literally nothing. This is barren, like savannah level emptiness, and it's really, really odd. I'm used to this in Africa, but I didn't think I'd ever see it in Europe. But Spain is really barren. At least up here, anyway. There's just nothing. I have no idea how many lorries went past, and if anybody's still counting, please tell me how many go past at the end of the video, because I'd be really fascinated to know how many lorries I've driven past. Yeah, so this is fantastic. Oh, fuck it. That person's waving a flag. I don't know why he's waving a flag. Oh, he is actually telling me to slow down. Okay, cool. Right. I have slowed down. Huh? What? Oh! Oh! Interesting. That's novel. Oh dear, my headset died. I don't know what that person is doing, but I assume they're doing something important. They're going very, very slowly, and they've got a gigantic green thing on the back of the... By green, I clearly mean yellow thing on the back of the bike. So obviously they're doing something somewhat important, whatever it is. These poor fuckers are sat out here in the sun. They must be dying. I'm hot-ish. Well, I'm warm, but not hot, which is a relief. I'm warm, but I'm doing 100 kilometers an hour. Those poor fuckers have just stood out here. There are no clouds. There is nothing. at all. It's just empty open space. Holy shit, some trees and a building of some sort. That's surprising. Yeah, nothing. Open space, trees, blue sky, heat, stood still, or, you know, whatever. It must be, well, it was 36 according to the temperature, the weather report this morning. If it's 36, that means it's 36 in the shade, which means those poor bastards are stood out in what is probably 40 odd degree heat. And that's just mad. 400 degrees. That would be ridiculous. What I meant to say was 40. 400 would be pushing it. But, well, I think everyone would be, I think in simultaneous Canada. What? I just went past a sign that had a picture of cows and said Canada. What? Are these Canadian cows? Also, I haven't seen any cows! Considering there are those massive bloody metal ones, and I keep driving past signs that say cow. Ooh! Twisties! I keep driving past signs that say cows. I haven't seen any cows. I haven't seen any living things other than this road. And all I can see on this road is fucking lorries. I must have gone past about 40 by now, though I would be fascinated if somebody watching this would keep a count and post on the comments. Tell me how many I went past. I'm really interested to know, because I have no idea. It's just empty. There is nothing for miles. Please don't throw your litter away. Yes, okay, I won't. I don't have any litter. It'll be difficult for me to have litter when I'm on a motorcycle.
This in front of me, here, this is an industrial estate. Or it's meant to be. There's nothing here. I am the only person. That over there, where you can see traffic, that's the N2, or the A2, sorry, it's not a autopista. That's the A2, that's a main road. That's a big main road. It's practically a motorway, it's just you don't pay for it. And this here is an industrial estate. Dual carriageways, big amounts of space, nothing. Nothing at all. They built this, evidently, they must have constructed this just before the recession, because there are no vehicles going to the industrial estate. That guy over there, he's going up that piddly ass little road which leads to some farms. The farms do exist. The farms are an actual thing. I went through the farm road basically because I didn't understand that the A2 is in fact the road I need. I thought it was a péage. It's not a péage. That was really not well explained, and I got very, very confused and very frustrated with the fact that I was following one road and then ended up on a different one, but it turns out I was following and ended up on the same road. I just got completely fucking lost because the signposting is terrible, and there was a sign for a péage, but it didn't mean this road is péage, which, you know, obviously, because that's obviously what you would draw from a conclusion of here's a sign to the A2, also a sign to a péage. Oh, also it turns out that they're not the same place. So I thought this was worth seeing. Catalonia is not Spain. Well, there you go. You heard it here first, folks. Apparently some people already think Catalonia isn't in Spain. Whether that officially happens or not, well, I guess we'll find that out at some point. But for now, Catalonia most certainly is Spain, and so you're very wrong. I came off the N2 because I thought, well, I'll follow the N11, the A2 rather, so follow the N11, because the N11 is the fun curvy road that I thought would be interesting to take. As it turns out, it re-merges back in. So I followed signs to not the right place, got completely lost, looked up where I was, turned out I was on the road to the A2 again, which is the N11.
they're the same place. They just kind of merge together at various points and then split apart and then re-merge and then split apart again and stuff. So rather than fuck about with going off and coming on and going off and coming on, because that could be potentially more interesting, it will also mean it'll take me 6 times longer to ride, because there's no way of knowing what's what up until pretty much the moment at which you leave or re-enter the A2. So I'm going to not bother. I'm going to just stay on the A2. Also because I am exceedingly hot. The reason I have my visor down and the front of my helmet down is because apparently Spain is filled, and I mean filled, with bugs. I washed my visor this morning and I can already see more bugs than I have had a count on my visor. Tunnel. Yeah, tunnel. This is quite spectacular scenery, and Spain is a really interesting place for renewable energy, because I have seen hundreds of wind turbines. There's an absolute field of them just over there on the horizon. I don't know how visible that will be on the film, but there is an absolute massive field. There must be at least 30 or 40 there, at least. It's a good use of the empty space.